Yamamunyina akwaba edemoba Adom TV so the multimedia group said yamunimino ewo Adom TV ewo Asempa FM Adom FM Joy FM yewo Inshra FM and Love FM ewo Kumase yewo Hit FM nso kayen ho ewo Nkran Oba TV side na Adom TV Joy News and a Joy Prime election headquarters mre and aso wonim say the attention of the entire nation ewo Ablekuma North a constituency ewo Nkran and sembebre na akoso efri anopa voting chance here up until now it yenche no numabo and scienti officially voting and I just say polling station nipa bebre na gina queue ne mansana no num bo anya saade no num voting and the abatwo Nkran na eba ababe chance me dey say bonsu yet so atna say free same kopim say ye the final results ne betimi abremo yet to abani wie sa ye be kan e polling station na afia de free ho akọ collation center ne akọkeka abom mamen kai mo say we 19 polling stations and they involved were ene abatwa a course na enra electoral commissioner a press conference the just say so we share polling stations in the constituency and ya kan dada no so we kan nyina ebomu a NPP candidate equia efree enya amano 48 aduanan woche more than a NDC candidate and the DND Irabna Oben inti 19 polling stations are canon so and a to swaba no registered voters wo ye be 6,000 ene kakra ego so ndi ye hwe obi obetimanya amano dodo na ode akadada ya kan no watimi was about parliamentary elections are Boni friend first past the post into presidential we here 50+1 we know you win you bowie na say what the 2 votes crown the lady una we win into ye hwe how about ne besi akọ ewo Ablekuma North constituency ekwa aboachewa yi adom ewo ha yatena se ebum na yahwe the results that me abremo Adom TV so your election headquarters kokromoti power ekwa akwa abet saying
Mejo sobi boko kakra eguso ye sha se free anopa no se ye ka say your election headquarters and che say ne fa abato ho no edu so ana ye wadwuma yo eti anopa no nson na adehye ye bo areas ne wo se omkoto aba empotemu ahodo no dodo na sha se se omkoto eti reporters so ayede wogu mu free anopa no tim say report ni ye gina mu a bibia tofema ne de aba ne ekoyie ne aka ne enkoyie no yama yahwefo ne etiefo ahu bia nti se edu se ye wi a na wo se ye ma etiefo ne ahwefo hu ifse se ne wasi aka no sanke de results are epie in the 2024 elections na ye adwuma de a enka ye beka se akua friye edi nkunim lenso ye kan se we nti se mampani de na beka se wo hanche mu aduonum ne baako no we no e wo se ehu se bipo akachire a na ye kan ya enya nsunsanso bi a ma change ma eti se wo 6,000 and over there a se ne etie bia na benya nsunsanso wo so
kese pa
eti na wo se esan ekoto bio eti seat no se ye se ye hwa abakosem from 96 ewo constituency one mo a ye nim se MPP ena seat no eye wo dia but 2024 elections ninti niema asesa ye ntumi nka se o seat we there you be traditional seat nti se ne etie bi oberin eti na ye kan wi a na ye behu se akwa fi ye atumi ye kitam ana asesa because obi hu se onu se o san kita we mu ana se twice constituency one mo even though say wakwa aba enso na ese ni mpre nu so na wo hwe emma o de wini ya constituency no from 96 no tim say emma no ba from me wo constituency one mo enti emma mienu nu a be hye mfimfini no ene ye behu say still na be kofem anna say atumi adu mpempenso say NDC mpo betumi aba bewura mu eti adwuma no yeguso e wo say atumi wie na the final results no ye metie for ne ahwefo ehu
I mean say the equia can also Ablekuma North fight traditionally an NPP constituency but 2024 say no constituency is safe depending on inframa airbo in that election year any party be a strategy or the big akwan no utimi flip some of the constituency when you say Greater Accra NDC flip a lot of the very popular NPP constituencies. Ohe Domi Kwabenya NDC flepe o hwe Okaikwe South
Okaikwe South
MPP NDC flepe
yeah
o hwe your friend is saying in Macadamic Kwabenya
anya so to area hono
anya so to anya so to man flepe
Dr. Adumaku Kisia no primaries no
yes but the NPP still won and a wage agba we so NPP winning English botiano flepe beno na ekoye
Etoda NDC to me
every in the upper constituency say stronghold NPP NDC to me flepe ya we do me Kwabenya now the your friend is saying Okaikwe South media because Okaikwe and Okaikwe Central Okaikwe Central so flepe
Okaikwe Central kra nu say Theophilus mutimi be shame finfini a who say Theophilus aba wo hono for the NDC eti hono bibia tumi esi wo hono ba baabi ebetumi agina ho de no so pa ye Okaikwe South de no because from Nana Komia MPP akitamu till say we ebesi ye no nipa no ko no bia na anwen say ebesi wo hono mo eti ye ntumi nkasa Ablekuma North ye MPP de enti bibia ntumi nsesa ba ne enim ne say ekwefiye lead per electoral commission nra ensentwefo nhie mo ye no eti 48 ye hwe say change bi betumi aba
na say ba 6,000 vote huge enche will be going to the ground now for ye reporters edin komo men kai mo say Adom FM Jumedia yedi chegu Adom 106.3 FM into radio by so obetimi edu radio na to Adom FM they are said enioma esi echo yen share with the first reporter on the ground 19 polling stations na air to aba and we have reporters across the 19 polling stations shine aqua ewo ground sisi ayenko or Church of Pentecost or polling station shine otemenka akwaba
hello
shine aqua otemenka
metonka
great na polling station ono ya to aba na wie anase nioma te saying
me wo Pentecost odoko Pentecost 4 ha yo 2 polling stations ya yo 2 and ya wo 4 ni tu nyina no o ma to aba na wie na 4 akan ni de ewie na kan wie ye no NPP mi to tina ho ma MPP ye free enya mba no 21 and afi NDC Irabna Obin and so enya 38 you say wo mo dia na aba o mo to ye no nipa 59 and a beto aba out of 137 and a beto aba e wo die ho no if e ho no na ge say Irabna Obin LED e wo ho no na oba 2 nso a oba 2 nso a eno nso wo mo ko so bobo 2 dia na 2 dia nso aba na nso ekefi enya 15 and Irabna Obin enya 18 if the total vote in a secretary in a rejected ballot any if you wish 2 centers here and 2 polling stations here result a free hoban if you here ewaha basa bia and koso ewaha no if you wish NDC ko ewaha no master edie ehusie jubilate yancha emenya oba right ewaha say oyetima me yancha we say why start jubilate esa je life you did you vote I'm monitor to what is your take so you monitor to results
that's pepe I have one point say young crop one shadamba one who send out and yes anka sale 21 to 38 I was say I mean story no it's the way I'm not jumping because that was the case that we made in the first place. Anyway, I believe very strongly that there's no way that the burning of evidence was to our advantage. But you see, God is not to be mocked. So like we say, time brings revelation and redemption. So that's what we're going to enjoy.
At the start, can we say the wind of change?
Oh, it's a blowy. Let's say, I'm blowy. And see, and one is there, I was saying for Susanna, Ebema, yes, sister. When you every support, once the parliament, I'm going about 5 months today. On the Afiansa, Oko. And so I say, I am getting not Ablekuma North, so I'm going to check out. Wow.
Yeah, that's the sure. The best thing, Obi, what you mean, na say that odoko Pentecost 2 and 4 result if we have an any media to him. Yeah, for akotwe other side to there the cost for us.
Very well. My last shine into first 2 polling stations, Odoko Pentecost 1 and 2, Eputi Irabna Obin in the lead. Because of share results now, Abana turn out terribly low. Now the Nipa and Sheda MP Metwaba. But for those 2 polling stations, Irabna Obin is in the lead. And for more ABM Munimino, and elections will has been marred with serious violence. If free anopano, Babisi, Samria, Yatua Beneria, ye kind. Nina shall share with police personal assault in Semtroni. And you another party hoodlum on also assault Joy News reporter. And he said other reporters, and then I'm saying was a bloggers, not adults, and they were all over the place. Almost be Brenano have been assaulted, and no any reporter every hoaba. And some yehu how comes in the yehu Nana Lloyd, NPP, Deputy National Organizer, and so Eddie, and a number of other instances. Isn't it clearly no? And the Akabe Brina with radio, so this was not good. So I'll share videos about it.
Can't a woman say to me to abana we so be can say a near call senya on the part of Bambo for Moko and and ye friend or panel say Bambo nipo ne shasi say me assaulting century me born century and son and metro for so better so na obi sadie we ya doson say ye program be so and central for say ye kwa ko take coverage and central for ye nye politicians so ye politicians and ye Bambo for and ye nimo so na pray for abano ye de ne say niemu ye no ye pesa man 40 ye man for mu ne ekoso eti say ye ba na mo be assault ya minim sa fe de mo be reporters ne say ye de ensem be ba bontinti mamma ha because obi ye reporters o mu good them
yes
your reporters are ebi ebubu egu them
yes
Latif ne antemu nyina wo honomo ebi wo other stations say yanhwe baby edu no yanhwe amfie na yansi form wo saade we mu a ede wo come and hwe ya mbeku nsantwe ni bi anhwe ya program bi say ya wo mbeku nsantwe ni ti ye be
say first GH1 TV reporter na unprovoked just say police ni free baby e ma say oye divisional police commander wa Denta. You know, a senior officer.
Uye prosi adwuma from obeye corporal wa rise bedru sa level no e wo bibi nti na abenya sa promotion no enti se wo say na police for ni bi ejina ani mo ne ne kasa mi ni masem kra nsentwe ni ne beka ama wo free achire e be bona so
matese and for mo amohwe wo TV so no be hu say a video no e na eda ho no we dey see e ene anopay the divisional police commander for Adenta Oshe police statement about out now say officially no police for interdict no they can say okay ye pese ye hwehwemu for adwuma ne to na twon ho kakra na ye hwehwemu no enwie and there are several options police for to mo internal inquiry na omo ahwe pips there no but I think the management of GH1 TV so ewo option in law omubetimi a file a civil case against the Ghana Police Service. Now, o mashe compensation be for the young journalist.
Now the criminal aspect no mo
criminal aspect no. Police for your internal inquiry. But Attorney General, if he is minded and so can begin criminal prosecution based on evidence omubetimi agada. And this is on video. It at least a little bit of an evidence betimi abua investigation. But I'm saying say criminal the other cause of crime because the assault no both criminal and as I taught in law, you bet me I civil way on that for compensation before damages on the journals. And I think the management of GH1 can look at our option also as well. But the person was there in the name of the Ghana Police Service. You can sue the institution Ghana Police Service for compensation in tort. Inti yebeshe how I know ABC Akoba. Na enye pleasant cry so hwe mfoni ya yehu ye na and then Joy News and so reporter and so de enso etoa so and so no
ono no cry no enye onu ni the main reporter
yes
young girl Yebeka say or no all follow share bibi from the main reporter no call you know ekita ne tripod ojina baby
in the form we share no so the screen ne so no
and niema akwala no ho dwin ne say onu no gina ne baby a wayi nani eti ye obo na sum fi nachi
anti ne salo ye ne say na sum no
na sum obo no double slap say fi nachi enema akwala no no e ne wan say because ohun ne why I was obo no eti GJ president new president
mate say GJ officially are condemning the course no which is very good and we should ensure say the police for interdicted senior police officer no when so fortunately the name was captured on video in the police for percent or more echena e was say hwe na ye ensure say ye betimi action and yes sir impunity no will breed because mind you say 2024 December elections no or more a year all the dastardly acts yenchi obi which is really bad but mate say owusu ewo odoko methodist ehon na how akums ne nsem no ACM as omo ye counting no in the ebefa owusu ma yentie de ekoso ho
I really they've given one time. And mommy for tell why. Mommy maybe the picture. So the total turnout mommy for 5.9.
Is your property?
Yeah.
Your senior officer, no, in charge of crime coverage.
You don't like election interference. What do you like?
Amanda.
to abana wie na account na air cost way or call Methodist it's been a very controversial police station
so nipa to about
hodoso yes hodoso but onim say for the 19 polling stations no a majority of them area na akwe free assembly woman time no assembly woman no and the majority of them within inside electoral area no and utie the MPP for air out of the 19 polling stations no say omotu ababia they win not less than 16 out of the 19 polling stations they are expecting say end the end so no ombetimi assign awini but the NDC has also said say in this constituency for the first time we need presidential you understand we need presidential and now ombetimi so close gap no even because kai say
presidential and gap asem na
no parliamentary no presidential we need in 2024 parliamentary no more close gap because when him say
48 no
yes
48 difference
48 difference because I will share trend now in 2016 a clear free year actually mobile by 30,000 votes difference 2020 Sheila Battles actually mobile a little over 20,000 votes and the CCR even in MPP for internal coalition no so we can all the polling stations boom almost say not difference there about 400 and something
413
and which was say a Juma NDC aye over the years and East Nankasa so coalition of all the other polling stations no apart from 19 we na yet no 48 in not just say gap na be very very close and the massa 9 we no very 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 intense how anioma is echo but no justify
within chemu a wo ma no ene ne see 2024 that win of change no e ba ye no ye betumi dia kan say ba say ye beka say NDC winning war presidential no nti on be winning parliamentary because skirt and blouse ye war constituencies no bi on mo a u benya presidential no nya parliamentary no and na ye sha say o kan say bi say with the parliamentary no 3 titles the 3 and a winning it is say one cry and papa bearing no
first pass the post but this the multimedia group issue statement on the assault on the young reporter and this is an intern Africa no senior juma no the first proper election coverage in into way what a kind of baptism of fire and the papa and we don't have to introduce young journalists are onya the first introduction into reporting. Now the edition in here and it's not cool. And the papa.
Sani and who see green no be. Yeah, will be a friend center say. One say obo ni wie no. Okita ne niam nyina so no akoto hwehwe bi. Ohun ne e wo hwehwe. Eti your statement no say.
Now na main kind statement enwie. Joy News statement on the assault of our journalist at Ablekuma North Re-Run. Joy News strongly condemns the assault of one of our journalists by an unknown thug during the Ablekuma North constituency Re-Run. The journalist who was on the ground to carry out her legitimate duties as a member of the press was attacked without provocation while covering the electoral process. This attack is an affront not just to Joy News, but to press freedom and democracy in Ghana. No journalist should be intimidated, harassed, or assaulted for performing their professional duties, especially during such a critical civic exercise as an election. We call on the Ghana Police Service to swiftly investigate this incident and bring the perpetrator to justice. We also urge the Electoral Commission and all political stakeholders to ensure the safety and security of media professionals at all polling centers. Joy News remains committed to upholding the public's right to timely, accurate, and impartial information. We will not be deterred by act of intimidation. Signed, Senior Editor, Joy News. Inti, and no statement in the dark screen. So the way officially Joy News are responding. Joy News, mind you, is a subsidiary of the multimedia, multimedia letterhead. So no, and we are not taking lightly to this incident. And equally on all stakeholders, so Monshana Newma Wino in CBO and Ghana Journalists Association, and so issue statement condemning the way just Joy News reporter. There are other reporters and so from other media houses or Monsono have been attacked, and I say assaulted and the course. Equia Matese or Doc or Methodist, Ousu Afe de Waye Crano, Ousu Prince Mayentio.
Your Doko Methodist polling station Ashasel Moti Sementimu Hasibi Esi Ewaha Anopano, Nevianumina Penifo, Behia Masumdi Ecosono, Abatuano Abanavia and Penifo, our Womofi Electoral Commission, Afia Ama Womo Akan, Bano Evi, Yentra Infonino Emam, Osha, Wallechi, and Yamaye Jina Yeve, Sewomo Akenkan, Abatuana, Posifo, and a Gui, and Yadi and Central for Yetimi Borum, Senior. I fear Trim yetime eben on is ye bonting. Now, one more kind of every no the Ababe Toja, I know ye provisional resource. NDC Amanyokono enya 130, MPP Amanyokono enya 77, and no any provisional resource as he say Yensa Aka every year electoral commission for ye jina and soon abra one more air kind na ye na yenso ye kind one more ye no. And only provisional resource figures are Yensa Aka. Yen share one man for a woman go be any incomo. Sisi about to number nevi ya dena moka.
Oh, masa nyanko aseda eduma nyanko pon ewo abotene nyoma pa dia man. Sa wo kumisi no be pinche kakra but all the same ye wie ya de nyanko pon ase. House am say yedru anu am say NDC ye lead massive vote to ase. Nti nyanko pon ya be de na say we so akwekure ye mu ametesi anu election ye tumi ewie enti ye beda nyankopon obi bia oba besre ani media fo nyina ye beda mu nyina ase samunya tam besre mu mira ase.
All right, the men koswa enya omanfo a womo ewa ha bi na ye ni omo eni nkomo na ye nhwe omo reaction eja ye ni uni nkomo kakra Adum TV so ni wo hwe abato ekoso enne e won patemu ade na beka fa
Rabina Obin, what we need.
We need on saying
on 78.
Hey, we are sure. Your calculations, you TV soon now.
I know, and I'm
as we win. Yeah. 139 people in 77. What done any yesterday? All right, we'll be here. Our man for Asha. Bo tutuben tuibi trumpet vuvuzela wama shase bo pa wa enam se resource ebeto dwa no NDC penifo no na wo mo ekọ no etino sene omoni omanfo ahase jubilate yene omanfo ni nkomo hwe de ekọ abato aba na wie ya
oze ya ka kire omo se the see 2024 no election December no eno one ebesi ne ena abrewa ka no kre ye tu wie no wa hu de see MPP candidate onya 77 NDC onya 130 and this is the will of the people. The people want NDC MPs to rule them because they have seen said NDC president is in. And if you want development in your area, why not voting for the NDC parliamentary candidate? And so it's a true reflection of the will of the people. And now the verdict has spoken and it is loud. 77 against 130. What can they do? We've won. And in fact, everywhere we are going to win every police station. The rest of the 19, we are winning everywhere.
Oh yeah, the attorney say we kasepi. One say I reflect. Say many a free and MPP for some boycott election na best because Excellency John Dramani Mahama share promise be or promising. Why? Inchi all year no Ghana for wa ha na say Ablekuma North for enhwe say omunya impuntuo wo mo ha no say e wa Ablekuma North. Ye pempuntuo inti say ye pempuntuo o say to abapa e ma Excellency John Dramani Mahama e na honorable Erabna inti aye down to say election ye be win ye win so ye win election no inti is going to happen every ya say wa ha no every police sector 19 we na aka ni nyina no we are going to win hands down
just every police station or just one more ebe win hands down ye me ha ye hu say emma bim so egu ha womo ekita NDC womo franka shisha omo tade ebo ose ewa ha ye ne omo eni nkomo
ba chaw o se den
ose abato na ba na we ye wa ha de
ye da nyame ase aberwa no wanfa aberwa na nfa honorable Erabna no fa de no ye mpe aberwa ye pi akatesia nti honorable Erabna ono no fita de no nti wa fa de no ye from this is Ajara Abubakar ye pe akatese ko yeduma ye mpe aberwa akatese na epe ti ya wini Ablekuma North ya wini
mo free coin mo mra ha
ya wini wala ya wini obia bro ya wini jomama ya free ya wini
ye pabluwa ye peketesia ni usisi ni su onbe boy juma no siesia Ablekuma maye on siesia Ablekuma baby all corners all gutters onye bibi onye road onye bibi amaye ye pabluwa bia ye pa baba wa ni wan sisi ni su abluwa
boss media ma unu say ene Ablekuma North is going green. It's going green. And obianim say green is nature. Say udina edua na habanye mu no a wa utimi nya enframa papa ehome. Enti minim say Ablekuma North for ene decision mba be take no is to change Ablekuma North entirely. And I'm sure say with this victory amudibema NDC and John Mahama he will never leave them out because ene sayeka in the history of Ghana politics na eya ko say ene Ablekuma North ebe ye Florida of Ghana politics because that decision way ebe majority no NDC anya absolute two-thirds in parliament without even the independent or whatever. And no actually say abai no betimi take decision bia ebeboa mene wo e wo Ghana and unti me many achi me free Madina na me bae many achi ama Ablekuma North for and inshallah John Mahama and Erabna open will never disappoint Ablekuma North. Thank you so much.
the communication officer here for Shijama Ajia and so our communications officer
for NDC USA.
NDC USA,
yeah. NDC USA in
all right. About to now Methodist Church.
Methodist about to the Wahanu dear fantastic, perfect. The peace aba ena enije nso aba obia waha bibi akọ ye fine ente ye ni ahaw bia ye ni agi ena NDC ye wo hope because ahanu polling station no ya agi dada ye join other polling station dey ababa be kan hu na ye nyina ye ni agi na victory no aba.
Share motor display ninso ebi waha mebunu ninso display motor wanya sam ketwa V8 bi abetwema mu san disipeni bi shema mu so ode ne nsa ahye ne kon na chese MPP format omuti efi ho eto behwe mebunu no omoni achepa na obi kita erabna oben ni t-shirt ode nam kon ni mu achese wo mu etwi motor no akoni abai enya sam ketwa akra ye boy homodin ne yene o manfo edi nkomo papa she NDC woni wo hwe abato ekoso ade na
Messi Yabre hwe efe say MPP ebedi aba we so for more than 8 years ase o man no president mama ba etutu nyema mu pese obobu o man no nyankobo adoma yaji we no sit lefi erabna efri yesem nti wo de hani efra say Ablekuma wait and see the development that is going to come to Ablekuma. The Yamishi will be say Ablekuma Mudama NDC for the development he started by Yamishramu.
All right, now NDC Amanyo Kono Manfo Anna Ojina one more year declaration Yenko Jina Hona Yentiebi Electoral Commission for Babe declare. I know now all Kano Babe declare 464.
We had 207 captured fingerprints. Manually re-verified 0. The total rejected is 0. MPP candidate number 1, Nana Epia Owusu Efriye, had 77. NDC candidate number 2, Erabna Obe, had 130. 130. Valid votes 207. Rejected 0. Total for Methodist Church Odoko 1 is 207. The time we gave the statement of pull out was 5:34 p.m. NPP agent Michael Sampson has signed and has accepted the result. NDC agent Margaret J. Ayi has also signed and accepted. I am the presiding officer. My name is Nana Majefa Blanche. God bless you all. Hey!
Thank you. Electoral Commission. EC presiding officer no Eddie Atudwa say provisional results are one of the two no NDC amanyoko no one more candidate Erabna Oben enya 130 MPP amanyoko no one more candidate Ekwefiye enso enya 77 na just say provisional results declaration Electoral Commission penny Eddie Atudwa ne say Erabna Oben ana one more Eddie Atudwa se wodi nkunim ewo St. Peter's Methodist Church Odoko eti yeko other police stations ewa hana de wo ho bia ne nso no ye de ama ya hwefo ne yetifo
enti Ablekuma North constituency where Odoko Methodist polling station and yehu de akoso ye report abone homoden ede de etwa egu nyina abran. Some of the NDC supporters already bose say nkunimdie aba, and of course I mean no share all the polling stations are yako so far. First two are yako and the last two, you know, put NDC in the lead. 19 polling stations and yeshenti and Shada and Norso. And clearly after 7-8 polling stations you should know the trend. Anyhow, Nioma Eko. But I will get you final results Nansana. Yeah, sorry, every Jumedi. But for the early polling stations, the NDC seems to have taken an early lead. There were 19 polling stations, of course. From the trend, I don't know.
Shine D kind of by na Pentecost 2, no.
Sure.
And we say a Crefriena 21, and a Rabno being Benya 38, and a polling station 4, a Hosono, a Crefriena 15, a Rabno being Enya 18, and a Methodist DA sono, a Crefrie 77, and a Rabno being 130. It is any work and as already in annual, and this year Manukono a lead by near Rebecca said in term train, you know, a Methodist DA. Methodist DA. 77
because of the numbers, the Nipper to about one of the
it's a better train, bear 3 out of 19 dear. Let's say you were quencha.
Interestingly, I'm not paying, we're told, sir, Sam Methodist one of the polling stations, a MPP stronghold. And I half lepe. And if it's anything to go by, not just this would give the NDC a lot of confidence as our more train for all the other polling stations results not to also come in. Into the Ekoso Ablekuma North constituency, and no, mind you, say in the Greater Accra region, out of the 34 constituencies, Sisia 33. And you declare 33, no, MPP for the woman, I think 5. And they were 33. The Akanya NDC and winning here commanding lead and control no in the Greater Accra region.
Both presidential and parliamentary, no?
And
because presidential
sure.
so
sure. Into that's the Akoso Ewo Hoyenko or Doko Presby shine a free baby ana owona kopie mu odoko presby e shine kwa baby o shine kwa ote yenka shine ote yenka mayentio
enya nkrofo ma moto aba ma na wo hwe ne namba na wono enya emba no baako eye 31. And after so, Rabno been out in NDC and also nya Emano Bako 38. Into which Mudia Hono, the Ecosia or Hono, I said 10 out no a low, I will be a Becobia 10 out no a low, I will be a Becobia, and Miss Mount, a year press behold the Nibioma, NPP, a yan a care free, Enya 31, NDC, Enya 37, NDC, Enya 37, into Kanina Boma, a year 68. Out of 112 voters, I know more expected some Baba to Aba, our Honum. Internet said, the Ecoso, our Presby, a Hanum. We be as why I thought in Ayantibasabasabia, our Hanum, to say other sides, no other polling stations. No. Into how the Bibia Akokama, our Hasi.
Okay. Shine Aqua and Yatin and Kana Shine Aqua, Yabedase, that's a doc Presby, the Ecoso, and an inti. Yes, in the year running through the Yenya so far now, Odoko Methodist Church. St. Peter's Society, Nana Equia a free of the MPP in 77, a Rabna Obin of the NDC in 130, Church of Pentecost, North Odoko 4, I see Chimami, and you Chibleo, say no Labadi, ho baby, Chibleo, and away Chimami, a Rabna Obin in 38, Nana Equia was free in 21. Yes, Chimami.
Yes, also trim.
Chimami. And Church of Pentecost, North Odoko 2, and also Chimami, a Rabna Obin 18, and a Nakwe Free 15, Ablekuma North DVLA office, and a Awoshi Adamami 2, and also Nana Equia Free in 97. Irabena Oben of the NDC in 119. And so far, several polling stations be Numia Yabuboya, the NDC, winning all the polling stations are Yabuboy. Inti Yegusua Yeshe, Mamenko, the Lord Pentecostal, and no Kwasibu, Ablekuma North areas needing Ede, Kwasibu, Bafo Ewa, Bafo Tianka. Good. Inti, and then I was coming into it.
Sister, no, Oma County area na total vote cast no 253. Mame Ekwefie enya 106. And Irabena Obin enya 147 votes. That is the free Abantine. Irabena Obin oye NDC and what we need and Ahanomo.
Okay. Enti say ehode e basabasa e bia nhede nsi wo.
Debi ahapa the premises na omo ye wo so no. Ya mo bi enroom to police chief barricade wo gate na to be enroom but they just counted to them to see say ye kind of be ya mo bi enroom president pe dey.
Okay. Very well. Yeda say pa why? Yeda say enti yet another polling station Irabena Oben assign ewini. Enti it is almost becoming a clean sweep. At least 6 polling stations from the year reporters, they are bringing 6 so far. What it means, there's about 13 more to go. 13 more polling stations to go. And na as I know about 6 na yabobo so far there. Clean sweep for Irabena Oben. That's massive. That's to say the wind of change, is still blowing. Or man for one because we 2 campaign messages primarily and our parties in the call form. NPP for say some seat we NDC benya absolute majority, we benya complete 2/3 in parliament. What it means, they say any good for democratic supervision. Say parliament, benya sa ho say was about the there a buying a party or wa or the Biaba parliamentar, so because I absolute majority.
Say we here independent candidate. Say NDC amanyoko
yes.
Parliamentary candidates no say was see a choaba ni take decision bia or more ankasa so mutumi nya omu ni pani nyina
independent for the kasa afi asesa ya adwen. Yeah, per se any NDC MPP for kokoye adwuma. The NDC will still be fine. Or more absolute majority in parliament. 2/3. The man here way say in the constitution no there were some provisions in the constitution so person was semua uhia referendum in the process go through no elaborate kakra obe here referendum referendum no so Ghana for nyina be kire o madwen ho but there were provisions dey bia uhia 2/3 of MPs voting say any of those provisions the quarter parliament here the NDC will not struggle. In Omunkwano Tuaba, that provision can be amended without the NPP. In the end, the absolute majority, say a baby our power, that's when yes, majority, they are not omope. And it's easy for them to do certain things, omope say omo eh. And that was the NPP's message, really. And the fact said, oh, the first one, you can't, and mameno, a queer free the winning, where the moon piano, now on copreco.
Message, no, almost a message, na sebrebe.
Oh, that was, I think, about. Who said the other things we free constituency or buy and say even when another party national air can say abaniye nkonkoto no we told say na MPP for the year campaign behind the scenes in the
no mu hu ne omo ye message ya wo kan no se ko fem a ebe 2 days 2 days I doubt say be do 2 days
no be na me ka say
na omu hu Owusu pro ya Prince Owusu
yes
Prince Owusu ne party executive say what form ho ni bi ka say no omanu aye mienu. Oh, ye crowd ye yanko. E womu a we see ye beko.
Yes.
Leadership of the party e confuse more constituency. Ah no mu hu ni omo ye omo. Eti message a wo ken so omo the message bi ko ya e be 2 days.
Yeah, but we were told no me na constituency organizer di nkomo. Me ne akua free yankasa di nkomo en right we ko see saying so. If I don't win in to the campaign, no more you.
No more way.
I'm more here from.
And no more door to door.
Enough confusion idea. But I'm talking about the message they sent onto the ground. And this is so message and they say, you were a very overwhelming majority in parliament. MP in Sudia say what by any power ɛyɛ na wadwuma sɛm no ɔwɔ mɔte sisi asɛm wo probi obetimi akɔtwe impuntu abrɛmu a ɛyɛ obi a naban ɛwɔ power indi mumpie rabna obiachi na onko na mpuntu a mohwehwɛ no because maami mu de ne kwa ɔno opposition parliament so mo numbers kwa yɛn hyɛ dan fa nyɛhwe it I think say constituent ne NDC message no etumo at least from the 6 polling stations yehu no it was NDC message ni mom echo for me because really so your constituent now wo that message will sound a bit more convincing because the awohwehwɛ ne dey impuntu say beba and almost like I said and one message I read committee and say since 96 you the seat now MPP for you and you see that message into power I remember say we call secondary takra there that was the message say secondary takra constituencies then the MPP na win sa by you so when you start this message no way any strong counter there forget it and I think that is what is playing out and minority caucus in parliament where issue statement of course it's signed by the leader himself Osahin Alexander Kwame Afenyomaken or no enan in Sasha say almost say the minority caucus strongly condemns the act of lawlessness and violence that have marred the parliamentary re-run election of 19 polling stations in the Ablekuma North constituency today. We are deeply concerned by the recurrence of violent disruptions by NDC thugs led by Malik Basintali. In the minority, have been specific on Mabudin, Obi Omufisi only these are thugs, almost Malik Basintali, Deputy National Communications Officer, and Omasiabo Mustafa Gbande, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC. Videos circulating show that they are inciting, directing, and ordering acts of violence. Regrettably, senior NDC officials who should be condemning such actions because they are complicit are justifying them, implicating themselves in this assault on democracy. These actions continue to erode the democratic process and deprive the people of Ablekuma North of their constitutional rights to parliamentary representation. The apparent complicity of the Ghana Police Service, which stood by unconcerned as these party thugs carried out their disruptive and violent act, is particularly egregious given the threat issued by Malik Basintali yesterday at a rally where he openly encouraged their supporters to engage in such conduct. Equally reprehensible is the appearance of the ministers of the Interior and Defense at polling stations. Their presence was nothing more than a public gimmick designed to feign concern while masking their gross inaction and complicity in the thuggery. The following incident of lawlessness have been reported during today's re-run. 1. At St. Peter's polling station, NDC thugs physically assaulted the NPP parliamentary candidate Ekwia Usu-Afriye, former fisheries minister Hawa Kumsin, and Dakwa Newman, former MP for Okaikwe South. 2. At the Church of Pentecost North Odoko 2 polling station, a police officer slapped Mr. Banahini Ajekum, a reporter with EIB Network, while he was covering the election. At the Awoshi DVLA polling station, NDC thugs dressed in brown uniforms posing as security personnel were apprehended by police after failing to provide identification. 4. NDC thugs engaged in confrontations with police at Asiedu Jedu Memorial School, that's School 1 polling station, contributing to a tense and chaotic environment that threatens the safety of voters and electoral officials. And 5, assault on Deputy National Organizer of the NPP, Chris Lloyd Nikwe Asamoah, by NDC thugs. These incidents follow a troubling pattern of violence and irregularities that have plagued Ablekuma North since the December 2024 general elections, including the destruction of electoral materials, missing pink sheet, and a fire at the Kwashiman cluster of schools. The Minority Caucus has consistently called for transparency, accountability, and adequate security to ensure a fair electoral process. Our petitions to the Ghana Police Service on the 4th of June 2025 and our protest in Parliament indicated the urgent need for action to resolve this impasse. We reiterate our condemnation of the Electoral Commission's decision to conduct a rerun in 19 polling stations, which we view as inconsistent with earlier assurances that only 3 polling stations required coalition to declare a winner. The sudden shift to a rerun without adequate explanation raises suspicions of political interference and undermines public confidence in our electoral institutions. The Ghana Police Service must swiftly investigate the assaults on Nana Ekwe-Owusu Afriye, Hawa Kumsin, Banahinia Jekum, Chris Lloyd Nikwe Asamoah, as well as the NDC thugs impersonating security personnel, and ensure that perpetrators are brought to justice. The Inspector General of Police must deploy adequate security to protect voters, the NPP candidate, Nana Ekwe-Owusu Afriye, journalists, and electoral officials, ensuring a safe environment for the completion of the electoral process. The continued disenfranchisement of Ablekuma South residents who have been without parliamentary representation since 7 January is unacceptable. The EC and law enforcement must act decisively to restore the constituency's voice in Parliament. We call on the NDC to exercise restraint and refrain from actions that incite violence and create an atmosphere of insecurity. The people of Ablekuma North deserve a peaceful, transparent, and fair electoral process. We also urge civil society, the media, and the international community to closely monitor the situation and support efforts to uphold Ghana's democratic credentials. The Minority Caucus commits to defending the rule of law and ensuring the integrity of our electoral process. We will not relent in our pursuit of justice and representation for the people of Ablekuma North. Signed, Osahin Alexander Kwame Nafenyomaken, Minority Leader, and Odin Semi Atuja. Inti, Oma Chronicle, Nyoma ECC, our media, they capture. Unfortunately, I think Omobobo assault, no, multimedia journalist Nediano was missing in there. But Omobo GH1 TV, Nipano Ediano. Inti, that's where we are with minority. Minority, so press, police, or more de Ababetuja. Inti, yes. And the Basintali, and Omabon specifically said Basintali, and Mustafa Gbande, the main people based on Nsema Omoka, and right to share TV Neswa, where you post a Basintali editor, so say, from today I name him the Flying Python. He shall be in charge of the 5K Air Force. And when people see it as an insinuation against Hawa Kumsin, say, Nkofone ko attack Hawa Kumsin, but could be a 2 year or pim Hawa Kumsin. Actually, means when we saw video now.
Obi, area say, yeah, Kasana make a same be said, or more or manya appointment or a benyimuno.
Sure.
I was said. Serious orientation, ekoso.
Yes.
Na yemen nipa ni bi hu say because we now bi te say mashebedwani mo manfo woni wo pram dia wo de baaye comparing the ekoso to the ekoso wo ayawaso westwagon. The ekoso wo ayawaso westwagon no. Bie nyina ti o mayimu age hu se enye ya ye set up a commission
actually
ye committee po a commission ema commission no ko mu ne efiri mu ba ye si e behwe na ya implementing ne commission recommendations o mo de ba sa ye adwuma sa nya adwuma e ho no mu ne egina enti si ye ka se wei ko so na ano eti nneso wei ko so enti mu obi amie na no nka bi na emfiri nipa nye ordinary people nye nipa bi e wo form enye party supporters bi na mu kita appointments a minister of state and Basintele is no more beka say or ye deputy communications officer for the NDC keke why only penny or dan no enti yemma nipa ni bi hu say ube drew empempenso bi wa abrabo mu a e wasa wo niema a wo ye no e match the position a ye de ama wo e wasa hu say say menye party member keke say enye campaign grounds bi na wugina wo kasa ye taking say authority bi na kasa
yes
enti omuma sa treat we enwu hia sani ewu kan say ye de adwen na efa mo say yesusu say because wo no release our kan yi no ne minority for can say wo na wo de atutura for no e call baby a ye to aba
na enra I think the final campaign almost all can same be a platform this one
say 5k memo mo lead 5k enia mani bi wo hono mo a ye be sre wo mo so wo fa code of conduct na mampani mama wo share that tro ye e ma soafo bi a wo ma appointment o ma hu say wo ba no sei na me pesa me ne wo ye adwuma wo suban no ne me pesa wo ye ni ekoya kodu say party kura e wosa wo ye party a wo so wo ye birthday wo ye den no ya kire mo se ne mu sinye no enti ye besre ne omo ne bi mu ye no se ehia se ye sade omo tena se de ye ka kire omo se penne se wo tweti a ye mfa ne se akua boache wa yi adom na tweti a na obi na atweti ba bia wo gina no wakodum pempenso bi se ebo se o kan Bible baabi a o se me ya akwada no me ye me niema sa akwada unyini dru baabi a ye ma position bi a behave as such na eni wo behavior no nko ma mu metriti wei me ye wei because ni akoso no obi eye arehosem o ya to aba in 2020 ye to aba no niema bi koso a na enye wom eti ne nanke ye hwe animu ne se enne ye beto aba ki ebe hu big change first security efa political parties no mo conduct kra no nka yenyini yenhu sa niema no wom abeye basa woni mpanimfo ni bi kasa woni nupenu kasa this statement oye say oh videos no kra no ebi ye AI wahu baby ayedru no enya grosem because yanhwe ya democracy no say yanyini after say ya practice democracy no from 92 na say na ye 2025 na still yakoni abayachi yakoni abayani emra bebreba ya hye nyina yentumi mfa nya adwuma enya grosem
for munim the honorable Sam George a posti you know because I think time attacks and assaults they start na MPP for the air running with the video no bo aban no so bo said your mashama na consinti honorable Sam George eba e be posti on Facebook say dear IGP of the Ghana Police Service and the Director General of the CID, I am still waiting for the police to act on my complaint for my Yawaso West Wugon. It must be treated as a first come, first served basis. I have patiently waited since 2019 for justice to be served. Let no one who justified the 2019 incident dare try to speak today. You sowed the wind and you have reaped the whirlwind. What was sauce to the goose is sauce for the gander. I have not started yet. This is just the beginning. We would all live in Ghana, one love. Into where Sam George nen semoa opposed here on Facebook, meaning say on any semoa IGP in share no so the complaint or in 2019 no any first kind the answer na NPP for the complaint and never no on share no handle on the 2019 anyway because omo criticize omo ye come 2019 and also omo kasa ene na ono kwa no nyansha ase we kwa the comedies keke ena koso enti moma yenhane nso medical catch mo say Adom TV ena ohwedi etwagu Adom 106.3 FM ohwa nunsia bo anesa samina osanke de Adom kase etumi ebremo ewo Adom 106.3 FM inti yegusu ide elections coverage no results bebre na eba it is a wutie wa Adom 106.3 FM yemamu nyina akwaba your election headquarters so enie kokromoti power enti egwa yenhwe results no okọ Radiant Way Preparatory School, North Odoko, and Radiant Way, and Ramene, Naneke free din common, no Casono, no constituency one, a woman, a one, what, and the school I'll call a Radiant Way Preparatory. That's what was a school at Chankasa. A Hono MPP, which is a queer free year 61, NDC Rabna Obinya 67. Aha. Now, about I see a do Jedu Memorial. Nanekwe free enya 112. Irabna Oben enya 120. Inti Eliane abobo 6 polling stations. Yede 7 ni 8 account ni na Irabna Oben ewini. St. John the Baptist Catholic Church 1. NPP 74. NDC 68 in the way first polling station at MPP but with a difference of 6 votes. You know.
Yeah.
Light of Gospel Miracle Chapel and what Cheneboa. Yes. 2. NPP 63. NDC 56. In the second polling station at MPP again a difference of say roughly 7 votes. Yes. South Odoko 4 and 5 school. Eno Odoko polling station 3. NPP 9. NDC 18. Yes. Roman Catholic Church. Nanakia Efriye 81. Irabna Oben 154. God First International School. Ewa Dakoman. NPP 108. And NDC 100. Into of the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 polling stations so far, no? NPP do a winning womb 3. NDC a winning 10. And to see the Aka 6 polling stations more to go in the air and also Ebeba. And now an overwhelming victory for the NDC. I mean, at this stage, 13 polling stations down, 6 more to go. You can project and say it's been
because Enchimuno.
Yeah.
So we share baby Rabno been warring na. Enchimuno ewo enimu.
The gap it will cancel out 48 now. Na equia free edi chimuno. Na assign
48 no kwada cancel that.
Yeah, cancel that.
First and second yinba ya na che say 48 no free one.
An overwhelming victory for the gap may not be like we've seen. And Enra na equia free say almost steady votes na course so in 2024. Normally compare 2020 to 2016. This last year abano nipa 52,000 anko twaba.
10 out no.
10 out no. 52,000 anko twaba. And even with this 19, the turnout is even lower. So we share numbers now. If we are to take the electoral commission, say polling station biano, they make sure say nipa be 750 abroswa in the polling station bia. You know, into we share turnout a year when the numbers no. Way low. But as the results keep trickling in, no, the details but for now, from where you say half an hour do a video then it seems the NDC candidate is in a commanding lead. There were 19 polling stations about year 2 no ene.
Yeah, more omunyina baso mem yenu ni nyina baso especially QFE because the party decision there nke ne sa omonko. That was the party decision they did can by say MPP amanyuko no nko. Minim kwan omo fa so back to the conclusion say party ye nko e wo constituency wo and then near sesa ye ma last minute afedie ekwafiye say meko eno no se na ye party no na sa da omo because obi say what say
neck meeting they take a decision say omo nko no party in for to friend because I'm a candidate.
Yes.
In the of course our neck meet, even though I'm a member of NEC. And where the general secretary of the party capture me we could see saying so. So I'm to friend so run NEC meeting maybe. A whole number two the name say party decision near. None the bone sheda enyo so but party in the kasai. I'm see in the meeting not here. Say a queer free na confirm me. Say in the meeting not here. Say but back to the constituency no. Afe ni manfo ni nyina opie number bi omunya say dabi bra na one ye show ye hu so mu sisi wo ba ye beto ama in the also no the groundswell of support they have na manfo friend say omra no say dabi and the me manfo mu nti na me pese me call parliament so omo say me mra there party na ka say but omanfo ni so obo peme there meko enra de ono aka kire me we kosi sense
obi unim ekwafiye anko constituency was an independent candidate
sure.
Enunti na toda obi wura parliament na ne wo party no omo ye bibi kra no wani nye ho a ye hwepom nyina say party ni decision ni caucus ni decision ni eti sei ne pese ye Ekwefiye belongs to a political party any MPP amanyuko no. It is a party ne ka say ye nkwa ne nipa no ka no ground so hono mo no. Ne nipa na wo constituency hono mo ka no. Ticket a wugina so ye MPP amanyuko ni ticket. Ba you unim. Ne maame na ka ne party mpanimfo ebi kwota akire ebi nta akire ne chese. Party ni decision no mu nyina anko benkrom. Party ni decision no na MPP amanyuko no yeto abawi 2024 beton ne omani so ntete wo mo obi enia manye clear mo because party no se ne obi ka cho se party no ewo ho no eye organized party it's a lie still no mu say ye koni benkum ye koni nifa and the leadership of the party obi leadership ni ye weak leadership of the party and no mo ho no ebo say so omo wo bibi ya omo nkanya omo so ebia your madwe so ombe for re-election party ya omo nkanya omo ho because omo niema ni bi wo ho no mo ya party take decision na parliamentary candidate intimi nka say me party say but nipa e wo constituency one say no it's not true it's still a thorny issue because we say even within the party no. And of course, I mean, neck meeting, it's not possible. Say even fake kromoye kakrebi no. Functional executive committee the elected national officers in the form no. Fake here for NDC, MPP forward your friend is steering committee. Well, in the elected a home pono musano. I don't think we'll take this decision beyond and the bobejoso. But once the decision is made, binding on the collective. Binding on Nipane. But I say. The ama equia a free so decision to want to run. As a ababe popular no and say once she took that decision. Obe explaining at the counter where take his decision no. Obenya support of the entire party. Into even the potential flag bearer aspirants ni na everything na make as a party no and chichemu. Because ekwefiye ti no ho na senka party no mugina mo na so say ye ya nokro ye leadership a ye tumi di ye nan si form ka say no enye say ni e kwa enka ekwefiye nche no ho nka say meko because say ye se me nko emma on say nya support in the party a anya ordinary people ewo mu hwe we obi Dr. Muhammad Bawumia ye donation man no almost 110,000 Brian Champon 200,000 omu nyina Canada Japan me ko ho no mo eti e bia take advantage de omu preposition said de ye omu niema say leadership na ka asem a you can call it to order
interestingly some members of the NEC ne take a decision no members ne take a decision ne be crowd were there eno ya asem ma ye na ne ye ho tew emra ye ba your election headquarters ko promote power Adom TV and Adom 106.3 FM. You go so from now till 7 p.m. See the final results in your baby.